What's going on, guys? Blazing here. Welcome back to the channel and thanks for joining me again.
You seriously not following? Unbelievable.
All right, so with the last free gear rechange we had, I decided to tear apart my whole account and rebuild a lot of my champions. Now, because my account's more arena focused, because that's what I enjoy doing and we push Plat, my best gear went on those champions, and I had to kind of look and see what's in my arsenal and what I could use possibly for a solid defense team. I still think that the duo is the go-to team, and I want to kind of showcase a little bit of what could be my new arena defense team. Again, we did rebuild a lot of the champions, and so I'll go through some of the builds and the strategy that I have for this. And yes, we are going to be using Acelin. We are in Plat Arena, currently at 243, so we're somewhere in the middle, right? Not at the top, not at the bottom. Now, I'm going to try to take on teams that just have the new duo, right? That have the king and queen, because 90% of the teams that are going to be fought against my account are going to have these teams, right?
The hardest choices require the strongest wills.
Now, I'm going to try to take on teams that just have the new duo, right? That have the king and queen, because 90% of the teams that are going to be fought against my account are going to have these teams, right? Now, last weekend, I didn't push Plat. I was going to, and then I got too tired and I fell asleep. And yeah, it just was not great. But
I only have one question for you.
Do you even raid, bro?
we're going to go ahead and we're going to insinuate that this is my arena defense team, full auto, and let it go and see, will this team I have survive, right? Will Acelin actually be the key to taking on this new duo? And, do we really have to kind of restructure the way we're gearing our Marichka and Taras? Because what we used to have was about 250, 280 Marichka, and our Tarases were about 200. So we've kind of changed that up a little bit, and I'll show that in the build. But let's go ahead, and we have turned off Acelin's A2. You're going to see here, we have actually a very fast Marichka, right? We want to try to get that shield, that strengthen on us as quickly as possible. Even him going with his A2 did not really affect us that much, right? This is pretty much going to be one of the go-to teams that most Plat Arena players are going to have right now, because it's got the new tandem. So, but the double Taras and Marichka team, along with Acelin, I feel is going to be a pretty solid defense. You can see here, we have not had the shield come off of us whatsoever. So we're getting all of the extra benefits from Acelin. And right now we've geared our Marichka to, about an extra 70 speed of what she used to have. So that's pretty solid. And I know that this account is not, it's a solid account. Being an SP before, I know what kind of criteria some of these accounts had. Let's go ahead and see. Now, here's going to be a good one. Crixia is going to be a problem, right? How much of a problem? Let's find out. There are some strategies here with Emic and a lockout where they just keep refreshing and refreshing and refreshing. And that may work, right? But only for a certain amount. Like the speed tunes for a lot of these guys is going to have to be really close. I mean, ideally, I want to get, my my Acelin in a ulcer set so I can get the shield right off from the start. But let's keep going. All right, so that right there. Now, this part right here, we thought was actually a glitch. It's really not. So we got confirmed from Plarium that when Marichka revives, it's really not a... okay, so we lost there, but it's really not... since Acelin wasn't already alive and he's coming back to life, that's why it caused it. Now, again, this was full auto. If I had actually fought it myself, I'd probably have a better chance of winning it. We're going to go ahead and give that actually a try, because I feel like I probably could have won that. So go ahead. He locks us out. This time I'd go for Emek. Okay, it looks. Go ahead, A1 on her. We didn't get the stun off. Looks like we'll probably be in the same boat again. Oh, Emek has the provoke. I forgot that. I was like, why am I not getting this? All right, here we go. Crixie is down. A1 right here. Turn meter boost. He's going to come in with his A2 right there. That's fine. Okay. Go ahead and give ourselves a heal up. Crixie is gone. Emek still got his. It's a pretty slow Emek. All right. Let's go ahead, heal back up again. Let's get rid of her. And yeah, like I said, I was pretty sure that I could take this account on. We'll come back, we'll revive, that's fine. Be kind of sad if I lost this again. All right, A3. A1. Coming in very clutch here with that A1. Block damage. A1 again. And there we go.
You sure about that?
Manual fight, 2 minutes. Not the fastest, but again, I guess maybe as an offense team, it might work out well. But let's see if we can find anything else. Like I said, the lockouts are going to be a problem. Here's another one that has a lockout. We'll go ahead, we'll leave this on full auto. And especially because they have the Marichka, you know it's going to be a hard team. We did go faster than them, which is pretty interesting. We have all of our, stuff up as of right now, so that works out well. And again, I think what's going to counter them is having Acelin with Marichka, and you need them to be fast. You can't run a slow Acelin or a slow Marichka. You need to have the speed for it, because if you don't, you're pretty much going to get locked out, and then you're not going to be able to use that A1 from Taras, right? You see that turn meter boost we keep getting is working out very well for us, right? And because she can revive, I think I might also start looking at changing some of the blessings on the account, especially on Acelin. Right now, I have Polymorph, and it's a 5-star. I think what I might actually take is Life Harvest, because I think that might be a little bit better for him. I will do a little bit of testing with it, but I think as of right now, I think that's kind of what I'm looking for, right? 1 minute, 5 seconds. We did some pretty solid damage with our Tarases. Narcissus came in, did some really good damage himself. We got the lockout a little bit later, but if they were just a little bit faster, it could have been another problem. Here, we'll go with this one again. Mando, he's a clanmate of mine. I'm sorry. Just doing this for the showcase, brother.
I did not tell him to do that.
Just doing this for the showcase. But we got the shields up. We got everything going. Cool. Everything's up. Ally protection. And see, we're not having the problem of losing our Taras. Is that the ally protection and Acelin being able to soak up that damage is not, it's really not going to be a problem for us. Now, the only thing I really actually want to swap on my Tarasis is give him like 20 more speed, which is going to be very hard because I need glyphs. And Faction Wars is not giving me glyphs. But I'm hoping it will. Now, here is the part where I don't like using Acelin's A2, but depending on if you're a manual or not, you might think about using it, right? Because if you get too low on HP, especially because Marichka does not have a revive, it could be a little problematic for you. Now, ideally, I still feel like if I took one of my Tarases out, I might have a little bit of a better shot. And I'd be looking at bringing in like a reviver. I might do one, and I might try it out with Kaja the Ride, but honestly, I feel like this is still going to be okay. This is going to be a fine team, not a problem. We could go up against this one right here, right? So this one's got the double threat duo and Sifi. Let's try it out anyways. All right, they go ally protect. Cool, cool, cool. We cut in, we get ours. Can't put us to sleep because we have a shield up. So that's well. All right. I do like that Rhodos is going after Acelin, and Acelin's got the block damage, so he's not taking a lot of it. He can't build up his HP, right? Because of the block damage. If he's not taking any damage, he can't build it up. So it's pretty good. You can see here, everything's going really fast, right? We're not, and both teams are really tanky. I think the first minute anybody loses somebody is who decides what's going to win. I think we just hit that part right there. Again, this is why I would probably switch Life Harvest on, just for that reason, because of the revives. So when I go through the guide and I show the builds and stuff, I probably will suggest Life Harvest. Yep, it's going to take us forever. This will not be an easy win for us. Or it might not even be an easy loss for us either. There we go. We got Marichka down. Okay. I'd really like to click on the champs, but this wouldn't be a fair simulation of what Arena would be like if I just left my auto team in. But, all right, 2 minutes, 5 seconds. You know, and this, again, is another strong account that I would go up against in Plat Arena. And so I don't feel like this part, you know, this new duo is broken. I still feel like Tyrus Marichka are going to be the main thing. We just have to play them faster. That's it. It's going to take a lot more of us playing them faster than what we used to have. Even here, when we got the buff strips, everything, still not a problem, right? And again, we're not going up against, you know, I'm not taking up gold 3 or gold 2 teams with flat gear teams and levels. We are going up against proper teams here that I would face on a Plat Arena style, and that's it. There's no. That's it. The fight's over. Fight's over. We're done. We're done, unfortunately. So the King is strong. I think he's going to be stronger in Live Arena. I don't think we're going to have a lot of issues with him in Plat Arena. I still think the duo is going to come in strong. And, you know, I don't even think Rhodos is going to be a problem for the duo anymore because of Acelin coming in and providing us with that block damage on him. That's automatically going to pull Rhodos right in. So let's go ahead and I'm going to show you guys the builds on some of these champions. All right, so what did we do for Acelin? How did we change what he had? Well, we still kept them in Stone Skin, but instead of a 2-turn Stone Skin that we had before, we moved it to a 1-turn and we boosted up his speed quite a bit, right? We did give him 1 reaction accessory. What did we have for total stats on him? Well, we've got him built with 107k HP, 4.7k defense, right? Speed-wise, we actually buffed it up quite a bit. We brought it up almost 50 speed, so we got him at 307. Resistance-wise, we got him at 265, and accuracy at 273. This is why I was saying the blessing for Polymorph as a 5-star might not have been the best one, right? So I did end up swapping it right in the midst of doing this. I did book him out fully. He deserves the books. The A2, if you don't get any books in it, don't worry. Don't worry. I don't see myself ever using the A2. Maybe if I get a second copy of him, I might just, you know, build him as a nuker, but I don't see myself ever using that A2. The shield gives us so much utility and so much bonus that it's not worth losing, right? As for the blessings, I did, like I just said, change it over from Polymorph to Life Harvest, because the more I'm killing them, the easier it's going to be. So I think like that's going to be great, especially with the monkey in the middle, right? Blessings, masteries wise, we did go ahead and take the support and defense. We did go down bulwark. We did take selfless defender along with delay of death. We did take shadow heal along with rejuvenation and tough skin. As for the support, you can come down and take lasting gifts if you want to. I didn't because of the new regearing I just did on him. They're pretty fast, and you saw the whole time with Taras, he's extending it. The other Taras is extending it. We're never really falling off the shields, and we're never really falling off the strengthen or the ally protect. So I didn't find, you know, a good reason to be able to take this. You could come in and try to take, well, you couldn't even take sniper because it doesn't increase the chances of placing stun anyway. So I honestly wouldn't really take it. It doesn't make sense. We did take Cycle of Magic along with Lore of Steel. We did take Rapid Response with Healing Savior. We took Shield Barrier and we took Lay on Hands along with Steadfast. Marichka, now I probably shouldn't be showing this because everybody who pushes Plat against me is going to know my builds, but what the hell? I don't have a chance of hitting the top 10% anyways, so let's go. We do have her built in a 6-piece stone skin with 2 refresh accessories. Because we have her built with that, we don't really care about putting in a reaction. It would be great, but honestly, I'd rather get an extra refresh accessory if I could on her. Ideally, if I can get her in a 4-piece stone skin and 4-piece bolster, it would be a great start to the match, right? I get the protection, and then I have automatic the protection from the shield buff, so Acelin's already being used right off the bat, right? As for the stats, I rebuilt her at 101k HP. She's still the lowest HP on the team, right? We can't have her any higher than that. And that's because on the AI, if somebody attacks her, they're always going to attack her first on auto because she's got the less HP. Defense-wise, we got her built with 5.3k. Speed-wise, we brought that up a lot. She was at like the 260 mark. We brought her to 341. We do have some room for improvement. And so we're going to be getting her close to 360 in a 6-piece stone skin. So I can't wait for that. As for resistance, I didn't really build in because we're running her with Acelin. It's not like they're going to be able to remove those buffs, right? They are protected. Skills-wise, we do have her fully booked. We did take temporal change, right? Masteries-wise, we went down. They haven't really changed. We took timely intervention. We took Spirit Haste. We did take Lasting Gifts along with Cycle of Magic, Merciful Aid along with Healing Savior, Shield Barrier, and Steadfast. Now, some of you might ask, why take Timely Intervention? The turn meter boost, usually it's for revivers to be able to get back and revive them. But most of the champions that I'm putting on this team are going to be really tanky and strong champions, right? HPs. So if they fall below that 25%, there's more of a likelihood for them to do that. So she'll trigger this a lot more often, right? As for the defense, we did take Retribution. We did go ahead and take Stubbornness. You could come down and take Cycle of Revenge if you wanted to. I didn't. It really depends on you, right? We did take Bloodthirst along with Shadow Heal. We did also take Rejuvenation with Improved Parry, and we did take Defiant. All right, so Taras number 1. He is +1, right? So he does get a little more tankiness to him, but we did go ahead and rebuild him, and not much different, right? We put him in a 4-piece lethal. You could put him in lethal and along with Cruel. I really didn't feel like, you know, putting the Cruel gear on him because I have so many attack-based nukers. Like I have a double Rotos. I could probably put the better gear on him. So I didn't really, you know, worry too much about it. But it is a thought to put him in a lethal and a mortal, right? He gains back a little bit of health every time he heals, and it increases his HP a lot higher. So I will start looking for some of the 6-star damage pieces in an immortal set. So just something for you guys to think about, right? As for the banners, amulets, and rings, I would love to put them in a refresh, but I don't have any, right? Not ones that would be good enough for him. Stats-wise, we rebuilt him. We brought his HP down. He used to be at 112k. We brought it down to 106. The reason we did that is because we beefed up his defense to 4.1. Ideally, I want to try to get him to 4.2, which I will be able to once he's fully glyphed and he's fully ascended. He'll be sitting at about 110k with 4.2k defense. Speed-wise, we brought it up about 25. He was sitting at about 202, 203, so we brought it back up to 225. Can still be improved to a higher point once we get maybe a 6-star blessing. If we're lucky, RNG gods, please. By the way, 2x Plarium, come on. I pulled everything and I got nothing back.
Nope.
We got him built at 100% HP, 300 crit damage. Decent build for the area that I'm in arena. I know 90% of you out there probably won't get to this build, but it's something to shoot for, right? This account wasn't made overnight, guys. Books wise, we did book him out fully, right? Word of the Fallen is still the same blessing that we had. Masteries wise, we didn't really change anything. We left everything as is. We have Helm Smasher, Kill Streak, Methodical. We did take Cycle of Violence. We did take Opportunist along with Whirlwind of Death. We did take Ruthless Ambush. We did also take Keen Strike, and we did take Shield Breaker, right? He doesn't ignore shield, so he's definitely one of the ones we want to take it on. We did take Deadly Precision. Now, as for the defense tree, we did take Retribution along with Delay of Death. We did take Bloodthirst with Improved Parry, and we took Defiant. All right, so to Ross number 2, we still haven't built in a lethal set, right? Again, same thing. Lethal and I think Immortal is probably going to be the better one. Shout out to actually Banshee, who is in my clan and suggested to build him that way. I would have never thought about it, to be honest. So shout out to him who suggested that. As for banners, amulets, and rings, we did put one counterattack on him, just basically because it had stupid amounts of speed, right? That's it. As for the stats on this one, we have him built at 112k HP, so a little more HP than the other one. But he is going to be beefed up on defense. So the Ascensions are going to be defense-based instead of the HP-based. Speed-wise, he's a lot slower. He's about 8 speed slower. I know I said a lot, but it doesn't really seem like it. But 8 speed can be quite a big number in some cases. He will be closer to 235 when he's fully glyphed out and reworked for his Ascensions. 100% crit rate. When Ascensions actually are fixed, he will be to 300 crit damage as well, right? The HP will come down just a little bit. He'll still be around the 110k. Resistance and accuracy, we didn't really build for it. If you can build some accuracy in him, it's not a bad idea. As for the skills-wise, we do have him fully booked. Again, Word of the Fallen is still the blessing that we took, right? As for the masteries, they're basically almost the same. I did try one different thing here. We did take Helm Smasher along with Kill Streak. We did also take Methodical. We did take Cycle of Violence, and we did take Opportunist. We took Ruthless Ambush. Now, we did take Single out here. Haven't really noticed it does anything different, but to be honest, I don't really use him any more than I use my main Taras. My main Taras, which is the +1, looks a little more scarier to some people when they see it, so they automatically ban him. But for most of the part, I would still take Whirlwind of Death, right? We did take Shield Breaker, and we did take Keen Strike, along with Deadly Precision. As for the Retribution for the defense tree, we did take Delay of Death, along with Shadow Heal. We did take Rejuvenation, and we did take Tough Skin. That said, guys, if you enjoyed this content, smash that like button, consider subscribing, and do let me know down in the comments down below what you think. And make sure, if you have some time, swing by on Sunday and watch us for the Knights of Teleria podcast, where you get myself, JR Star 3, Nacho Plays 50, Gestel Gaming, Jarrett Gaming, along with Final Compachi, where we talk everything Raid Shadow Legends, talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. And as always, guys, much love, much appreciation. Be safe, be well, be good to each other. I'll catch you guys next time.